There are a lot. The year has turned again, and we're facing a new one. The new moon is tomorrow. This moon cycle will bring us into the new year, and it will bring us into the new world. We don't know what faces us, but I'm really glad we're together now. I put out the title of this sermon a while ago, and I received some questioning. Are you sure you want to say save us? The title is How Spirals Can Save Us. Are you sure you want to say save us? Saving is not a usual thing for us UUs. A lot of churches talk about being saved, and we hardly ever even mention it. But I'm here to tell you good news, and I am here to tell you that spirals can save you. I'm also here to tell you this is a word that can help us think about spirals, is the penultimate. This sermon feels a little penultimate. It's the last one of the year, but we still have a couple days left of the year. And it feels like the thing just before the end. The ultimate thing is the last thing. I'd like you to sit down now, Mirabie. I think I'm going to be nervous if you're dancing there by the flame. Thank you. You can sit with Dada if you want, or you can sit with Mama. Thank you. She's the ultimate child in my family. But this is kind of a penultimate feeling. But so it's just before, we're doing the kind of just before the last thing. But also the pen, I like what Elizabeth has to say about the words. Write it down, whatever it is. We got this penultimate feeling going on. We're in a moment of history. We're in a moment of time. If you have a thought, write it down. It helps. I'm here with words I wrote down for you. So penultimate, get it? That's a terrible joke. Why do we even need to be saved? What am I talking about? Saved from what? I'm not threatening you with eternal damnation at all, or a fiery pit. Not a fiery pit. In some of the translations that say hell in the modern Bible, it says where the worm dieth not. It's the place where you throw the refuse. You're going to the place where we throw the trash and the things we don't want. We're not going there. We are being saved today from an epidemic of loneliness and separateness. It's been reported on in the news. They're doing research. People are lonely in this world. People are sitting alone with just a screen for company, and the screen is not helping sometimes. There's a diminishing overall in our culture of third spaces. We have work or school, and we have home. And that's it for many people. And we have here. We also have libraries, we have the YMCA, there are a few places. But those extra places, the Elks Lodge and the bowling and many things that people used to do are falling away. And if we don't come together to see each other's faces in person, we can lose that. We can be saved from the epidemic of loneliness and trauma. I'm not saying burning fiery pits of hell are real, but trauma is real. It really hurts. And if we allow it to save us, it can give us the depths of compassion that can help us to care for each other. But trauma can hurt us, and it can even kill us. Spirals are powerful. You've heard of them. Downward spirals. You've heard of things spiraling out of control. Feedback loops. Yikes. It can go the wrong way. Have you seen the movie Groundhog Day? Raise your hand if you've seen the movie Groundhog Day. That's one of my favorite ones. Bill Murray has the same day again. It feels like a circle to him. It's Groundhog Day again. I come around and it's the same thing, the same thing, the same thing. And if life feels like a circle, we are miserable. Also, if life feels like a line of a series of unfortunate events, one after the other, forever, we also feel miserable. But take heart, I bring you good news. Life is not a circle, and it is not a straight line either. It is a spiral. On a very molecular level, we are made of vibrating molecules. And the sound that I'm sending from my voice into your ears is coming in waves. All of these gyrating molecules and vibrations are real. This is science happening to us now. A grain of sand, well, I read this geology book to go to sleep a while ago. I can't read anything too good. If I get into a novel, I'm up until 1, so I have to read something a little slow and dense. But this geology book was actually really exciting in a way, talking about how land is formed, and it said that grains of sand on the beach are moving in spirals. Every wave they wash in, and the undertow pulls it out. The wave washes it in, and the undertow pulls it out. And this is the geology of New England. And that's basically how Cape Cod happened. I'm not even kidding. That arm, that was all grains of sand washing in a spiral. Maybe that's all the sand. Once upon a time you could walk out from Matunic to Block Island, but now that's all in Cape Cod now. Those are real. Those spirals are real. Now I have to tell you about the tablecloth. The penultimate service before COVID happened. Not the last service, because we didn't have a coffee hour the last service, and we didn't hold hands, but we did come. We were all a little tense that March. But the penultimate service, we had coffee hour every week with dishes and tablecloths. We did. Now we have it once a month, and we really like that, and we've noticed more people come on coffee hour week. So maybe we'll do more of that. But I had just learned the dishwasher, how to use the dishwasher. We can't use dishes unless we have a certified, safe dishwasher. So I learned the dishwasher, and I brought the tablecloths home. This was the first time I used it by myself. And I brought those tablecloths home to wash them. It's really not hard to bring a tablecloth home and throw it in your laundry. We can have tablecloths. It's not a big deal. I brought them home and I washed them. And then I didn't bring them back that first week. I think I forgot them. But then I put them in my car, and we didn't come back. And I drove those tablecloths, like, to the grocery store once a week. You know, it was a weird time. But I held on to those tablecloths like it was gonna happen any minute. And I carried them around in my car so long they got dirty again, and I had to bring them back in the house and wash them again. I've brought them back now. But I looked at those tablecloths, and I thought about those tablecloths, and they made me want to cry, and they gave me hope. Because part of what we do here is talking, part of what we do here is singing, part of what we do here is lighting candles, part of what we do is having a cup of coffee and a snack and seeing each other face to face. And I really missed that, friends. And I'm happy to see you Zoom people. We didn't used to have Zoom in the old days, and people who were home were out of luck. So really, it's a huge gift to connect to the people who can't get here through Zoom. We've gotten so much. And we have tablecloths back on tables now, folks. The dishwasher still works, and if you want to know how it works, I can show you. Joan Didion talked about this in her book, The Year of Magical Thinking. She didn't get rid of her husband's clothes in the closet for a long time after he died. And she didn't need those clothes there, but somehow they were a talisman to her, and holding on to the clothes helped. And holding on to those tablecloths helped me. And now, I want to tell you about Jerry Aldrich Klein for a moment. Last year, 2023, we lost 4 members of this congregation who were really connected, had done so much for us and for the world over so many years. It was really hard in 2023. 2024, we only lost 1 dear, wonderful friend. In a way, that feels a little better. But I wanted to say about her, Jerry, that when I arrived at this congregation, and the other place we were before here was the Legion Hall, Jerry and Val were there smiling at me and my daughter every Sunday morning, just a smile. And Val is like our Amma. I don't know if you've ever heard of Amma. It's like people stand in line for hours to hug Amma. Well, you don't have to go see Amma because we have Val. Ask her, she'll probably give you a hug. And Jerry wasn't a hugger. I didn't always get a hug from Jerry, but you know what? Not everybody always wants a hug either. A hug is great, but you don't have to have one if you don't want one. Jerry would always give a smile, and she had a distinctive hat. You'd go to church, and there would be Jerry in her hat, and she would smile at you, and she would recognize you, and she just was present for that moment. And there were years where Jerry didn't come here, and she would smile at you at Belmont, if you went to Belmont, in the flower section. And then she came back, and I'm so glad she came back. There was a time, and I don't know why she didn't come. All she said was, I was being stupid. That's what she told me. But she came back, and she sat with us. And seeing her face again was so dear to me, and it reminds me, just thinking about her, that we have a chance to smile at the people in our lives, the friends that we see, the faces, whether we know them or not, like Jerry. And she's alive in me, because I remember that. And even if the people that I smile at don't know Jerry and didn't know it was her, that spark is still coming through. I feel it. I can see her face and her hat in my mind. And Val's here too. She's quite alive and well. I'm not saying she's next here. But let's smile at the people that we see, showing up with a smile on our face. And if you don't have one, don't bother. You don't need to smile, by the way. If you've got one, bring it. If you don't, maybe someone will give you one. We can love each other safe. We show up. We take a turn. It's not Val right now greeting, but the wonderful thing about that is I got here before her this morning and I got to greet her. And it's always fun. She's greeted me so many times. So we all can have a turn. We have Russell and Mary were smiling at people on their way in today. And everyone can take a turn. We turn. If you've taken your turn, you can rest. You can feel a confidence that I have taken my turn and someone else gets that gift. In that way, the spiral can save us. Take heart. It's good news. I really love my dog. She's really cute. She's really old. And she's blind and deaf. We take turns helping her. And this saves her. She really needs help. She gets lost everywhere. But she still can love. She still can snuggle. She still can rest. She really is a good rester. Good news. We love you because you are you. We love you because you're here to be loved. When you're here, we are renewed in your presence, each one of you. Thank you for being here. It's a saving message. Jerry is not dead. She lives. It's a habit of love. the more we do our spiral, it could be a spiral out of control, but if we have a habit of love and a habit of the dishwasher, we will have dishes to eat on and we will have meals together. Not everybody has to wash all the dishes every time. One person should never be the always dishes person. Even if you feel like you should always be the dishes person, don't. Let someone else have a turn. There is a turn for you to take here, and if you have taken a turn, you may rest. Good news, we don't need tablecloths. We don't need them. They're nice. We don't need them. We don't even need tax exempt status. We would still show up if we didn't have a building. All we need is to be together. We can create what we need with what we have. We all have love inside. A person in prison, I've heard stories about this, can find peace in prison. It's here. They can't take it away from you. They can't take it away from us. When we put our love together and sing or gather for worship or have a meal or visit a sick congregant, it is strengthened. It grows. There are folks out there now who don't even know we're here, and they are lonely. They are helpless. They need us, and we need them. They'll do the dishwasher when we're tired of it, if they come and we help them. They're out there, and they need us, and we need them. If you feel like life is a circle, take heart. If you feel like life is a straight line, take heart. Cape Cod was formed, given enough time.